Evening meds and snacks with Afton.
Woo! Happy New Year! And Amanda's birthday. I did bring her some extra snacks.
She will love that. This says it's going to a secret group of 8 people.
I don't even know what that means. How do you do that? Oh, I don't know what that means. I just did it with Big Cat. Oh.
Well, okay, must not be a secret group. What is this?
X out of it? I don't know who that. I don't even know who the members are.
It's a secret. You're not supposed to know. Actually, I'm going to ride with you. All right. How old is Amanda?
25 years old.
Man.
Oh boy.
What time did everybody go home?
I think the last 2 cars left at about 20 after 1.
Wow, that was an early day.
Yeah.
They must have really knocked out feeding and cleaning fast.
The interns, I think, were the most excited.
Who is first?
Miss Tom Tom. Swapping out plates. I left her one on my way out.
Can she hear that?
I have no idea unless she has it. Oh, she is flirting with me. You got it, girl. I'm gonna point to it when it's right in front of her little face.
She looks happy to find it. Doesn't look like she found much of that.
Yeah, I kind of sat with her for most of it, but I thought maybe if I left it for a little bit, she'd come back to it. She's being kind of picky today.
Don't know why. It's a gorgeous day.
Right. I feel like we did this about a week ago on Christmas, and I was wearing a winter jacket.
Winter's over. I wish.
Yeah, I did see like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the 40s and 90s.
Ugh.
Pay attention because I don't mind my mouth to come back outside, but when I see 40s, I think cold kitties. That's not very nice. You come here, lady.
So lazy. This is so weird that it lets you raise funds and not me.
Yeah, when you said that, I was really surprised.
I only get 2 choices. One is audience restriction and the other one is geo fencing. You're being ridiculous.
Nice out, girlfriend. You don't need to be here. One more. Come on. Reach for it.
Might be the most exercise you get all day. Howie did his first live today.
Oh, yeah. I saw your guys' tests because I was posting my video.
He did a great job. It can be hard to just be talking to your phone, you know, and seeing yourself.
Boy, Teddy.
Look at you moving.
Oh. Easy does it, sir. I'm trying to go slow, but I'm going to go slow.
I know. She's got yummies for you. He is very happy to get his evening meal. He has neurological issues, and that's why he limps and is so scraggly looking. Years ago, we had it right to the very day that he was going to be euthanized, and we brought him outside to do it because it was beautiful outside that day, and he's been just fine since then. So every day is a gift. Oh. Don't want to miss the ocelot. It's perfection. She's another really, really old one.
I'm always looking for her, and then she's staring at me like right in front. But the
She blends
pattern
in.
and the leaves like all blend in with each other.
You have perfect camouflage.
She's so cute.
In Costa Rica, they call them tree tigers.
Oh, good boy.
Yes, she's correct. This is not a meal. This is just their evening meds and snacks. So many of our cats are really old, and so they have a lot of old age issues that require medication, and Afton provides them with food so they doesn't upset their stomachs.
Yeah, we'll break their meals up usually in half. So this is half his diet. Perfection just got half her diet. Ted can have whatever he wants if he eats it. That's basically how his works.
Do you have a privacy screen on this?
I do.
It's really hard to see the screen. That must drive you nuts.
I love it. But yeah, at a certain angle, you can't see anything.
Like any angle that's not direct face on.
Yes, pretty much is accurate. You never know who's trying to be nosy.
That was Simba. Diablo's probably on the list, but he's further out.
Diablo's a little less plump than that cat.
Is this Filmo?
Yeah.
I'm going to stay back here then. Filmo does not like a crowd. So he's up on his platform back there. That was great aim.
I started to know to look up there when you call him and his little figure in the back then. He's not up there. I looked forever one day for him and he was just watching me from right there and I felt really stupid. Come on, buddy.
We're located in Tampa, Florida. We are not currently open to the public. Hidden Tiger, yes, I just posted that on TikTok. Love that movie. You guys can see it at bigcatrescue.org/hidden. That'll take you to the link. We get half of the money from the rental or the purchase of the movie. And it's everything that Tiger King should have been. Thank you.
Privacy. He just always has that look like he's doing something he's not supposed to be. Like he's like panting, like what are you doing?
He and Nabisco were both stalking me a little while ago. Kathy, thank you for posting that link to where people can find the movie Hidden Tiger. Yeah, for those of you who have seen it, if you can give it a recommendation here, that would be great. There's Smalls up in her little box. I haven't fed cats since probably about 1998. I actually had...
That would be the funnest feeding tour ever on a Sunday.
I had a board member from Wildlife Way Station who was here visiting, and back then, Jamie and Don and I were pretty much the only people taking care of 200 cats. And he called me out on it and said, you need to find other people that can feed and clean the cats because you need to be fixing the problem. And so that's the genesis of our volunteer program. Are you going back in here?
Nope. I was going to grab the door for you.
Thank you. And feeding and cleaning is something that people, including me, really enjoy doing. Whereas the administrative stuff and legal battles and fighting the bad guys and constantly being threatened, those things are not so much fun. And it's harder to get people to want to sign up for that every day. Thank you for sharing the live streams. Ooh, Hutch, I see you coming from the back. You have so many cages now. So he just ran into his feeding lockout. Man, I think you swallowed that without even chewing.
Yeah.
He has such a...
Disappear fast. Maybe I'll think I didn't give him
Fish? What fish?
Good boy. Chaos is getting a little extra time in funcation. Those caragals got lucky. The holidays interrupted moving cats all the time.
Ah, people are loving watching her on the camera. If you go to bigcatcams.com, we have live webcams all over the place, and we were just talking about this cage. This is 22,000 square feet, and it's the fun.
Boom! I knew that I was going to be in this area about 5 o'clock, and I needed to check his pool because it was leaking again, so I shut it off. And I was hoping that it would dry while it was off, and then I'm going to go shut it back on and see if it's leaking, or if Victor thinks he just got out of it and created that big of a puddle. So, it's the, who's right here?
My money is on it's leaking.
Come here, buddy.
Those pools
buddy.
are just so much maintenance. You guys can see Diablo back there coming up.
Diablo, come on.
Where are you going?
With his girlfriend. You can see her right there. Hey, just come get a snack real quick. Come here, D. He is such a flirt. Come on. Look.
It's like, show me the goods.
Here, bud. Come on. They get too close, they'll just scatter off. We're not friends. We tried. Alright, all he does is have to go hunt him down.
It's Alicia back there that he's flirting with.
Yeah. He's always liked his neighbors.
I don't think he knows that he's not a serval.
Des! Where you going, buddy?
Des only has 3 legs. That's why he's walking the way he does. He loves his meds and snacks. Well, Happy New Year to you too. Hey, Cynthia. Victoria, you are so right. There are so many cool things in our online shop at bigcatrescue.org/biz. Oh, look at that. That's been such a good toss. You got it.
Man, that 5 o'clock is good, yeah. Set an alarm so I don't forget. Check the puddle real quick. Yep, it's dry. So I'm gonna go turn it back on. See what happens. You can like see where the grass is laid down right there, right on the.
So if she turns the pool back on, it brings water up out of our 18-acre lake, and if it's leaking, that spot will be wet again very quickly. The difference in keeper and staff is that none of our people are paid to take care of cats. So Afton is staff because she does our video production. She's doing the feeding and keeping as a volunteer. I am. Lynn, wasn't that calendar gorgeous? I just loved it. Sue, thank you for joining the live with my husband Howard Baskin today. It was his first time to do an Ask Me Anything, and he did that for our supporters. So people who pledge 99 cents per month are part of our supporters group, and you can do that at facebook.com/bigcatrescue. There's a big blue button that says support, and that will donate 99 cents each month to Big Cat Rescue, and those people get all kinds of extra stuff. So one of the ways that we wanted to give them some extra content was to have these Ask Me Anything type sessions. Howie did one. I plan on doing one. Some of the keepers are going to do some. Have you done any of those yet, Afton?
For the supporters?
Yeah.
No, but I'm very willing.
I know people would love talking to you.
Hi, come here.
She had a leaf stuck on her chin, and I was like, oh my God, what did she do to her face? And I'm over there trying to see what it is, and then finally it fell off. And it was like, oh. But she still looked kind of like wet under there, like she's been drooling. Have you seen that?
No, unless she thought she had just had a big drink or something.
She was sleeping when I walked up.
Hi, honey.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hi. Oh, boy.
You have so much to say. I'm going to back away. She doesn't like to be crowded when there's food.
Here, good drink. Right here. These are good drink, man. Good drink. Good girl. That's not a big drink. You get in there.
And do you ask her to drink because it's bitter and you're afraid she's going to taste it, or what?
No, she just gets to lay in for so long that she's not drinking and she's old. So I think every meds person does this. Once you get her to walk over here, you're like, hey, get a drink while you're here. Because she can lay back there for hours. I can't believe she grew that tuft of hair back on her forehead there. Like, because like I'm her scratch person, and I always think that maybe I can get it off, and I can't get it. So when she was sedated last time, I was like, yes, I'm gonna shave it, like so it matches the rest, and it grew back.
That's so weird that you have that one tuft.
It's like her little unicorn wing.
She is a unicorn for sure.
Alright, I gotta run inside. I'm Mr. Troublemaker.
She is a good girl. Yes, you are. Such a good lioness. Afton is really good with the cats. We have just the most amazing keepers. I love every one of them. Hey, Edith. I think what you're talking about there is how he promised to tell the real story about how he and I met back in 2002 on his next Ask Me Anything Facebook supporter live.
Are not good pets. It's not his temperament, it's his, I want to get into things, and he's been really good now that he's kind of gotten used to his room. But I went in there and he took the lid off my SD cards and played with some of them.
Oh no.
But they're in like protective sleeves, so it's like like his bed, he had them in his bed.
They smell like Afton.
Yeah. Or I'll get up and leave the room, maybe like go to the kitchen or something. I'll come back in and he's sitting in my chair now. I'm like, you have to get up. He cooks up ways like, how can I like trick her? He's overly smart cats.
They really do have the cunning of the wild cat.
They're really smart. I'm learning way more about this species or breed, I guess, than I ever thought. You think you know so much about these guys, but you take care of them out here. But the moment you try to help them out inside, they are completely not what you think. And he's strong. He's very strong.
And headstrong. It's like my way or the highway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Afton has to check 8 dens.
Yeah.
Or maybe 9. I think this one has 2 dens.
And look for Amanda too. When I pulled in, she was here, and she caught my eye. She made me roll down my window and talk to her. She was rolling and rubbing. So good to see her enjoying herself out there for being 25. Hello, lady. All the way far down.
While Amanda is on vacation rotation, which is this 2.5 acres across the road here, Aria has access to all of her cages. So usually they each have 4, I think, and now she's got 8.
Come on, Ben.
Oh.
Yeah. Good job. Good job. Yeah. So good. Last time I went through this safety gate was a couple days ago, Wednesday. Fab said that our pool pump, that's right here, was spouting some water.
Oh no.
That was an understatement. I'm on the phone with Victor and I pull up and I was like, it looks like someone knocked over like a...
Fire hydrant.
Yes! And I was like, oh boy. I get on the phone and I'm like, hey, this is pretty bad. I was like, do you want me to turn it off? Do you think it'll stop doing that if I turn the switch on the box like I did up there? He's like, yeah. So by the time I walk around, I saw that it's spraying towards the box that whole direction.
Oh no.
So I was like, hey, okay, I'm gonna put you in my pocket for a second. And then I put him in my pocket and it's just like, 1, 2, 3. And oh, I'd never been so wet. My shoes were soaked because it was flooded over there. My whole side, and I was just dripping. It was like, you know, going down my pants into uncomfortable parts. I couldn't get the box open. And so I was there just a little extra, but enough to, I was just soaking wet. I came into the office and I walked into Erin's entryway for her office and she's like, what happened to you? I was like, yeah, remember that spouting water? I was like, this is what it is.
And where that water comes from is that pond over there. So when it's a float, to keep that at one level. And so if it was coming out this way, it means you could have sucked that complete pond dry.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing you turned it off.
I turned all those pools off. But I couldn't stop laughing at how horrible it was.
Was it cold?
Yeah, it was cold. And I was wearing a hooded sweatshirt, so it was enough to want to wear a hooded sweatshirt that
Oh,
day.
man.
Like, it hadn't gotten this warm yet. But, yeah, I just kept laughing at myself. And then I put all my clothes in the dryer and I wore, like, the blanket that's on my chair as a skirt. Steph walked in my office. It's like, hey, don't be uncomfortable when you realize I'm wearing a blanket as pants. Well, this isn't gonna be fun.
Could she be in one of these other dens?
Yeah, I'm shooting for that before I go investigating that one.
I just can't see it. The sun is so bright. So she could be way out there in those dens, or she could be in one of these dens. But we're looking like right into the sun. We absolutely do not believe that these cats belong in cages, but unfortunately, any wild cat born in a cage is doomed to die in a cage because it's not legal to release them. sanctuaries shouldn't have to exist at all, and if people would stop paying,
but it's really hard to see from this far.
people would stop paying to see cats in cages at zoos, then places like ours wouldn't have to rescue them when they are no longer cute and cuddly. I can't help you at all because with my RK surgery, I'm not seeing anything if I look to my right. Is that, could that be her in that round tunnel? Back up. I saw something sticking up, but maybe it's a Christmas tree. Did you guys put a tree or anything in there?
I just maybe see some grass.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe it was an ear.
It's so hard to tell. I'm like squinting so much. Amanda!
Yeah, that link cages, that'll show you that our smallest cages, just for like a 20-pound bobcat, is 1,200 square feet for one cat. And most of them have at least two now. And then our smallest cage for the big cats, like lions and tigers, used to be 1,800 square feet, but I think probably everybody's got at least two. Some have as many as like 5. Good luck with that.
What's next? My tray's falling apart. Is that
Birthday snacks.
Amanda? Amanda? Mandy?
Sometimes you have to really yell because they're old and they can't hear. Yeah. I am not seeing those stripes moving. I don't know if you could hear her. Said, how long could she make that monkey dance? Referring to Afton. Oh, here the stiff old kitty comes. She has a live webcam on her, too. It's over in the far north or southeast corner of the cage. And it's one of our manned cameras, so there's somebody actually driving it all the time to try and keep her in view. When she's in that den, can't usually see her unless she's laying with her head out. Afton made it worthwhile. Can you guys hear that crunching from here? She does look good for 25. If you multiply that by 6, that's roughly what she would be if she were a human. Yeah, 150, like Mary said. In the wild, tigers usually live to be 10 or 12, and in most other facilities, that's about all they ever live. Here, they always live into their late teens, early 20s. Or in her case, mid-20s. I think we've had 2 other tigers who lived to be 25. Flavio was one. Maybe it was only 2 of them. We love our friends at PETA. They have been absolutely amazing. And what you guys don't often see is all of the work that they've been doing behind the scenes to force the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to enforce the Endangered Species Act. USDA and U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, they could end the vast majority of the abuse of big cats in this country if they would just enforce the laws that are already on the books. And they've not been willing to do that prior. And so PETA has actually filed suit themselves and forced the issue. And now, since Tiger King, with Joe Exotic being convicted and Tim Stark being convicted, and now Jeff Lowe is, he just had motions filed by the Department of Justice. And Doc Antle has been indicted, as have his children. And so we're starting to see them enforce these laws, and it's been because of PETA pushing to make that happen all these years behind the scenes that people didn't see. Amanda and Afton have a very close bond. Amanda still barks at me every opportunity she gets because she likes to see me jump. And I never have any food or snacks or anything fun for her. I serve no purpose for you, do I? None.
I feel like the more aggressive temperament animals are the ones I find I accept that challenge of just trying to make them calm and relaxed around me, because I don't feel like they feel that way around everybody in any situation. So I work a little harder with those ones.
They just love to hear you laugh.
Like, I know some of the coordinators that were cleaning Kimba, and the other day I spent 45 minutes cleaning him, getting all the mushrooms out and enrichment and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm wondering why nobody's getting this done. And Aaron's like, no, I couldn't even do that lockout. He was not happy with me, and so I just said, I'll leave it be. And I was like, oh, he sleeps on the same platform every time I clean him. He doesn't bother me. I don't bother him. I have no issues. I think it's just because I work on those ones that I feel like need work with.
And people have been very curious about how Kimba's doing.
I think he's doing well.
Do you see any difference in him?
I feel like he's kind of more himself now that Max is home. That made a really big difference.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, when we first brought him home, they were running along the side with each other, and it was nice to see him comfortable with another tiger that he knows. But I mean, I think he's doing pretty good. We had him on some medication to kind of keep him calm for a few days to see if he would kind of just switch back to himself. And after the 5 days, we didn't have to put him back on it because he seemed to just kind of, it all worked out for him.
That's great.
Yeah. So nothing out of the ordinary for how he is.
They were asking if Sapphire wasn't spicy when she came.
Oh, she was extremely spicy when she came. But I was the only person that she wasn't spicy with. Yeah, I used to get radioed all the time just because she wouldn't let people take the ropes off the cage to put the lockout doors down, because now we have them on poles off the cage, but then we didn't, and she wasn't having it from anybody. I'd get like, hey Captain, can you put this down there? And I'd get there like, I'm just trying to clean this. Can you get her out of here and put the thing down? And so yeah, I would just always come over there, put her lockout doors down, and open them back up, because she wasn't bothered with my presence. But she was like that towards everybody. And I think that's kind of why I kept so close with her, because I made her happy.
Is Kimba out of quarantine yet? December 3rd? Yeah, like 2 days actually.
Yeah.
So she's going to go see how much Tom Tom ate. And looks like Breezy came over. Breezy's another ancient cat. 24, I think. Maybe 25. Breezy was born in 1996, so she's going to be 25 in 3 months. 4 months.
Last time it was the other way. One of our volunteers brought in some more mint to plant for.
Ooh, they love fresh mint. What model is your phone?
The 10XR.
Really? You get such a clear picture.
All right, sir. Good.
You didn't eat it all.
All you ate was the ground turkey. What is to have a cow and a little bit of us? Huh? I'll bring you some more of that, okay? Okay?
Sometimes what they do is when they see what the cat is willing to eat that day, then they'll go back and get more. So that's what she's going to do. Did Simba eat all of his?
Oh,
Really? That fat cat didn't eat it all?
no. So when that happens, we have a kibble that's for hybrid cats. And it's got like freeze-dried, like actual chicken in it. So that's my default when they don't eat those things. I'll give them a little bit of that just to supplement it, because it's pretty much like giving them mush, just in a kibble form. narrows my win here.
Yes, I wish he loved food as much as he loves his little huts too. Pauline, we have had male lions in the past. Not many. We had Nakoma, Joseph, Cameron. I think that's it. Mufasa, 4.
We're in a different spot. Hopefully that means something good for me.
Have you two been having a blast? Have you been having so much fun? Yes? Woo! Woo! The one on the right is Nabisco, and the one on the left is Flint. They're both bobcats. Nabisco is a northern bobcat, and Flint is a southern bobcat. I love that little sound you're making. Flint's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. He's gonna pounce you. Any luck?
Nope.
Ah.
I will be coming out for a round 2.
All right, everybody. I'm gonna say goodnight. Thank you for joining us.